We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
With food prices soaring to all-time highs, as the dollar continues to fall in value, what can you and your family do to guarantee that fresh, nutritious vegetables will make it to your dinner table? Garden in a Can. Garden in a Can is your source for premium, long-term storable seeds. Garden in a Can is ready when you are. Plant them now or store them for when you really need them. There are 16 large, hermetically sealed, non-hybrid, open-pollinated packets of seeds, along with detailed planting instructions sealed in a can for ultimate long-term protection. Garden in a Can. It's that simple, fresh, healthy, easy. Only $69.95 for over a half acre of safe, fresh vegetables, ready when you are. Stop procrastinating and start preparing with Garden in a Can. For more details, visit gardeninacan.com today. That's gardeninacan.com or call 866-598-7396, 866-598-7396.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
More than 700 chemicals have been found in our drinking water. And did you know that you have greater exposure to these chemicals while taking hot showers than when drinking the water? That's because many chemicals are inhaled when they evaporate and others are absorbed into the skin. The KDF Dual Media Shower Filter works with both hot and cold water, and it's designed to reduce chlorine, lead, mercury, and iron, and it inhibits the growth of bacteria, mold, algae, and fungus. The KDF Dual Media Shower Filter typically lasts 10,000 gallons or 1 year, whichever comes first. Hospitals, restaurants, and water treatment facilities use this media to reduce chlorine, iron, heavy metals, and bacteria. What about you? Order your KDF shower filter normally $49 for our special price of only $39.99 with free shipping. Call the Berkey Guy and order now by calling 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online by visiting us at directive21.com. That's directive21.com now.
The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you only get...
This one's going out to my boy Paul Hartman, who brings you live Alex Jones and Jason Burmis every day. That's right, I got my own show. He really loves this stuff, actually. We got him a little cowboy hat, and he goes pony riding on the weekends. It's really impressive. We're turning him into quite the cowboy here in Texas. And I got a little show of my own. I'm 9 to midnight Central Time. I'll be live tonight after major oral surgery later in the day because the news can't wait. Oh, that's right, I'm getting the 6 caps today, I think. They're just going to go right at me. We'll see what happens. We'll see how puffed up my mouth is if I can jabber my jaw. But right now, we're joined by one of the most, in my opinion, outspoken and intelligent members of the Patriot movement / alternative media, because he's really a pioneer in that as well. His YouTube videos going viral all over the place. One of the few people that actually does what he says and calls into places like Hannity and Savage and Limbaugh, gets on the air and turns those into viral videos as well. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Hey, no problem.
All right, so why don't you tell people about this new project? It's available over at Infowars.com. We discussed it on my show a couple of weeks ago. It's Illuminati, Fact versus Fiction. And how big is this book? I think it's like 400 pages or so?
The book's just over 400 pages, and I decided to focus more on the Illuminati. The Resistance Manifesto kind of looks at all of the New World Order, their institutions, the secret societies, their philosophies, how it fits in with Bible prophecy. So the Illuminati Facts and Fiction is more of a secular viewpoint, looking more specifically at the Illuminati, evidence of the existence and continued existence of the Illuminati, their institutions, their activities, individuals that claim to be members. If anybody's been into this for more than just a few months, you know that there's very popular videos out there by William Schneblin claiming to be a former member of the Illuminati. You probably heard the audio of this man named John Todd claiming to be a former Illuminati member back in the 70s. You've heard the allegations of the Illuminati being interdimensional beings working with aliens underneath in the underground tunnels. And so I decided to really take a look at all of the claims, all of the people, the evidence, the sources for it. What is the fact? What is a possible exaggeration? What is speculation? What is a lie? And the book also covers a lot of the fictional representations of the Illuminati in novels, television shows, books, the Da Vinci Code, the Angels and Demons, which we can get into later, which is being released as a film next Friday, May 15th, which is going to bring the Illuminati sort of from the underground fringe, if you will, into the mainstream consciousness, but in a very tainted and false way.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's such a good point, because a lot of people out there, they'll call me, what do you think about this, Jason? What do you think about this? Or they'll promote a theory that they just read on, you know, the Above Top secret website at 3 in the morning and hadn't looked into anything, just, you know, went through this little message board, and you're covering this up, you're covering that up, or you're lying about this. This really is trying to get to the heart of the matter on what we need to focus on and how we can show people that this does really exist. And in fact, you just republished another book, Proofs of a Conspiracy, that goes through a lot of this hardcore evidence.
Yes. For those who don't know, Proofs of a Conspiracy was published back in 1798 in English by a man named John Robison. And it floats in and out of print, and so I republished it, and it's available on Infowars.com, and it has the original writings of Adam Weishaupt, of the other members of the original Illuminati. And so we look at a lot of modern researchers, very credible people today, Jim Marrs, Tex Marrs, and others that talk about the Illuminati. But I am under the belief that in order to fully understand something, you need to go back to the beginning. If you want to understand cars, you need to first find out how engines work on a very basic level, or computers. You need to see the history of it, how it evolved, how the fundamentals started, and then you can have a better working idea of what's happening today, how the complex systems are functioning. So I took the liberty of republishing John Robison's fantastic book, which is very, very interesting when you read the words of Adam Weishaupt, and the letters from Adam Weishaupt and other original Illuminati members were published back in the late 1700s after they were discovered, after their members were arrested. And if you read those writings, it's very interesting to see what their goals were back then, and then you look at these modern organizations, the Bohemian Club, Skull and Bones, the Bilderberg Group, and it's exactly to a T what the original group had planned. Taking over the media, secretly creating a backroom network to take over positions of power. Back in the 1700s, the only media really was print shops, and the mass printing was just getting started. There was obviously no radio or television, but they knew back then to take over the printing houses. And so I think John Robison's book is really one of the key and first books ever published on the Illuminati shortly after their discovery.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, it only helps us to actually know your enemy, and let's see what they had to say for themselves and then interpret it from there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Tex and Jim Marrs, but they're secondhand sources. So let's hear it straight out of the horse's mouth. Now, I got a call earlier from somebody who wanted to hear your opinion. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Aleister Crowley. I'm sure he has a place in this new book, The Illuminati Facts versus Fiction. I know he's mentioned in the Resistance Manifesto. But his relation to Kinsey, apparently there's a